Hello, and thanks for listening to another one of my recordings for YouTube, where I make effort to make sense of the world around me as a person with attention deficit or whatever, because I don't think I have a learning disability. I think I'm just a magical ball of light in a human flesh bag. And when I said that to someone one time a while back, I said I'm a magical ball of light in a human flesh bag. Somebody thought I was insulting myself, when really I was actually just, that's what I am. I think that's what you are too. I think that's what we all are. We're little magical balls of soul light in a bony, fleshy human flesh bag. Sorry, that's how it is in my mind. And I've had to live quite a long time, my entire life actually, dealing with like an inability to function kind of like everyone else. I was very quirky, been called eccentric, and I'm a thinker. I need to think, I need to process things, and a lot of times it takes me longer to process things than other people seem to get things quicker than me. And I kind of dreamy, just want to think about it, talk about it, and then I can make my mind up. And it could be because of attention deficit, whatever. It could be because of childhood trauma causing anxiety, whatever it could be. I process things and think different. I process things differently than other people, and it's caused me quite a lot of embarrassment in my social and my employment life. But I've learned to cope, and my coping skills from a little kid on, my coping skills were to copy other people and just do what other people do. And sometimes I would just copy someone, and that would be the thing. I would see somebody do something that would help them in social or employment life. This is when I was a little kid, right? I would see people do something, whatever it was, just for their moment to get by through their day, that didn't make them look weird like me. And I would kind of spend the rest of the week copying the behavior of a person. So I know that's really strange, but it's kind of just how I've lived my life to cope. And when I am in an environment where I'm able to be creative and able to speak what's on my mind, then I kind of flourish. But we all don't get that luxury of life these days, and we gotta work 40 hours plus a week just to make ends meet. Which I kind of wanted to touch on a couple of things though for this recording. One being work and how we get by in life. And I also wanted to touch on my last recording a little bit, because I feel like I might have been shaming dude who came into my store. And as the previous recording I made before this, this very nasty man wanted to have special treatment because I know who he is, and I shouldn't have to card him because I know him, and he should have some kind of special treatment when he comes and buys his alcohol and cigarettes. And just because I know who he is, he thinks I should not have to do my job and ID everyone, which is what I have to do. Anyways, I'm not getting fired up about it. I'm just wanting to touch on the fact that I wasn't trying to shame dude, homie, who doesn't like it. Because just the simple fact that he knows me and I know him, he doesn't like that I ask him for his ID or his date of birth. So it kind of fires me up a little bit, because I'm doing my job, and every single other person who knows who I am, who's known me for years, will get their ID out, have it ready, because I'm on camera. I gotta do my job. Only, not to digress too much about my last recording, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that I don't appreciate shaming on anybody. I don't appreciate fat shaming. I don't appreciate skinny shaming, kink shaming, whatever you're into. I don't appreciate ignorant stupidity shaming is one thing that is very common that people seem to just do. In places of employment, I've seen it over and over again. If you didn't know something, people would treat you like, well, you shouldn't have known. You shouldn't have made that mistake because you should know. Like, you didn't know? You didn't know that? Like, so surprised that somebody didn't know something. How do we do this over here? You did blah. You do it this way. You didn't know that? Lots and lots of jobs, even social situations too, but more so, I think it irks me because I've seen it in places of employment. You didn't know? Anyways, but so ignorant shaming, I guess. Somebody's not know something. I'm digressing too much. So either way, in my little world that I live in, and financially to get by, I've been able to get by being of service. If I want a job, I want to work at a job where I can be of service all day. And I refuse to work under people or with coworkers who want to gossip and feel special because they're in their little workers group. I don't know what it is that people feel like they need to feel special about, but that's not what makes me feel special. What makes me feel special is when people figure things out, when people are able to feel comfortable with themselves and go home and go to sleep not worried. That's what makes me feel special. People are shaming our president all over the place. I was caught up in it a little bit when the pandemic started. I was caught up in Donald Trump did this, Donald Trump did that, he's so dumb. And yeah, he might be, but I do not want to sit around and listen to how dumb he is for 10 minutes. Complaining about how stupid people are, how dumb some people can be. It just doesn't really feel like it's accomplishing much when you sit around and talk about how stupid someone is. I'm not going to get too far into that, but our world is like metaphorically on fire, and it's really sad to have to see so many people struggling and so many people thinking our president's so awful. Like, I don't really like him, and I don't approve of the racial comments and the way he treats women. I don't like him. But I just get no satisfaction about sitting around and talking about how stupid someone is. I feel like that gets nothing done. I'm just here trying to cope with all my own anxiety and get by in the world today and be with the ones that I love and pay rent and eat. You know, it's hard enough to get all that done. So when I'm really focused, which I am, I'm very focused, and I have been for a lot of years, on creating a life where I don't feel bad about myself, where I can go to work and work at a place 40 hours a week and not feel bad about myself if I'm doing something wrong or I'm not fitting in enough. Like, I do not get any satisfaction out of that. But I've wanted to kind of touch on, side businesses and entrepreneurship and how you can turn a side business and a side hustle into a full-time, abundant, prosperous life, which is also what I'm doing. And if you want to know more about that, you just gotta message me, Facebook or Instagram, and we can talk about it. But I'm not into the whole marketing side of, building up a huge, grandiose exhibition about how amazing it is. I don't like marketing like that. I've watched people do that for way too many years, and it's not authentic. But I actually do have things that I can help people with, creating abundance and prosperous and financial stability in life. You just gotta talk to me ask me about it, and I will tell you. So I've been able to feed myself and have more than I need. You know, more than I could ever hope for is what I'm trying to say. Been working so hard to build a life where I can wake up and do what I want and get money without feeling bad about myself. It's taken me years, and I'm finally done it. So you will catch me working this job, that job. But just because I work this job, that job, minimum wage does not mean I don't got other things happening. And I'm just to a point where I'm not even going to talk, try to convince people or show people what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it. And then they can see what I'm doing and not be like, well, if you're doing that, it's supposed to make you much money. Why are you working at a gas station? I'm so tired of trying to show people things. I'm just going to do it anyways. But either way, I'm not ever going to be caught dead working at a job where I fit in because like I've had too many experiences where I have had to work alongside people who you're not part of the group unless you're talking or gossiping or you believe a certain way. Those kinds of jobs, they fired me. So where dude was, I worked with that guy who doesn't like me IDing him. Worked with him for 3 years. He couldn't stand me the whole time. Never saw that guy smile. Well, actually, I did see him smile when he was talking gossip. When he was belittling other people, I seen him smile. When he got some weird satisfaction about getting someone on his page about how stupid someone else is. Like, I do not speak that language. And I just wanted to touch on my last video where I'm not shaming him, but it kind of gets me fired up. Hurts my feelings a little bit when, he thinks he gets some special treatment from me when everybody else has to show me their IDs. So it's really not that hard to just be kind and make sure that you're not harming or, judging someone else. It's really not hard. So where else am I going with this recording? It's getting up at like 13 minutes. I'm sitting by a movie theater, and it's a dead movie theater. Like movie theaters all over. No movies being shown. Had to pull over somewhere quiet to stop door dashing enough to make another recording for y'all to try to maybe make sense of me trying to make sense of the world around me. So I guess I'm going to be done here pretty quick. The points I wanted to make in my video, my little recording here, are don't need to be shaming people. You can get your needs met without shaming or judging. You can. I'm living proof that you can get your needs met and work and not have to be part of a nepotistic, judgmental environment, toxic work environment where people bully. And I've never fit in to those kinds of environments. And my other point for this recording, I guess, is that you can get out of the 9-to-5 hustle of not being able to make enough money to eat and live. There's an abundance out there and a lot of people to help. A lot of people to help and support to get you where you need to, where you feel like you want to be. There's a lot of support out there. So I guess that's all I really got to say today. Rambling. I just appreciate kindness. I appreciate open dialogue, where we don't have to like shut people down and be dismissive. Oh, the dismissiveness of Donald Trump is the one other thing I wanted to touch upon, is that Donald Trump reminds me of pretty much every single abusive boyfriend that I've ever had. Because of the way he is degrading towards women, and you know that guy was hanging out with Jeff Epstein, whatever his name is. They were kicking it. Creeps me out being a woman in this country, having to adjust everywhere you go so that you don't be too loud or obnoxious. Or God, I've had places of employment where, you know, have some kind of independent thought and get treated like, oh, the pretty lady had an independent thought. Wasn't that cute? And get a pat on the head and moving right along. Donald Trump reminds me of pretty much every single abusive boyfriend I had. He's dismissive. He talks, you know, like he doesn't care to hear things. And I don't really want to get too much into the political shit. I just don't think it's cool to shame people. And living in USA is getting scarier and scarier by the day. And I'm just going to make recordings of the way I see the world and make sense of the world around me as a magical ball of light in a human flesh bag. That's all I got. Try being nice. Try being kind. Doesn't take any effort. And people really, really need that right now. Kindness and understanding. So, let's see if we can get more of that. And appreciate you listening to my recordings. And I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye-bye.